Hello, everybody. My name is Kenneth. Welcome to Mother Industrialist Live Show where we talk about entrepreneurship, parenting, and life. So today is episode 11. So today I'm really blessed to have this awesome lady. I met her about 3 to 4 years ago through a program that my cousin introduced me to her. And she's a single mom of 3 children. She used to run 2 yogurt franchisee business. Yami Yogurt, Berry Light Yogurt. I believe that most of you in Singapore will know about these 2 brands. And she has been running it for the total of 6 years. Currently now she's a chief education advisor with MindChamps, have more than 11 years of experience as an independent business member with MindChamps. She's also an accredited education coach. And without further ado, let's welcome Gena. Hi, Gena. Welcome. Thanks for making time for my
Hi.
show. Hi, hello. Yeah.
Hi,
So,
Kenneth.
hi,
Very
Gena.
blessed to be here.
Yes. Thanks a lot. So, before we start, there's a tradition. Before every guest start, they have to answer this question of the day, which is posted by the previous guest. So, are you ready for the question of
Okay.
the day before we start?
Yes, I'm ready. But before that, I just want to give you a surprise, Kenneth. I know it's your big day today. My honor. Blessed birthday to you.
Yes. Thank
Very
you
honored
very
to be
much.
here today. Yes.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thanks
Okay.
a lot. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you just call me unaware, so I'm a bit lost. Okay. So, you ready for the question of the day, right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes.
the question of the day is, what is the 3 advices that you can get from a sunflower? That means the flower. What are the
The
3 advices?
sunflower.
Yeah. That you can get from the sunflower. So give some time to think about it.
Okay.
And I will come back
Sunflower.
to you
Yes.
because I will go on to my Facebook to check if we are live successfully, if the sounds are good. Okay, let me just.
Yes.
And meantime, I can see who's coming on live.
All right.
Okay, good. Your sound, everything is good. Okay, I see some people coming on live. Hi, hello. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for
Hi.
joining in. Today I'm with
Yes.
this special guest, Gena. Yeah. So Gena, are you ready with your answer to the question of the day?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Let us.
Interesting questions.
Deep thought, right? You are still in deep thought, right?
Yeah, deep
Yeah.
thought, deep thought.
Yeah, maybe
Yes.
I can give you some background about, because for me also in deep thought, because this is a very unique question, because the previous guest, she's
Mm.
an artist, she paints, and most of her
Yes.
arts
Okay.
she paints, she use sunflower, so she has a message that she want to bring it out to
Mm.
the world using
Mm.
the sunflower. And that's
Mm.
why her question of the day is so
Yes.
unique. It's like, what are the 3 advices that
Yes.
you can, when you see the sunflower, what is the advice that the sunflower will give you? I was like, okay, interesting. So what is your immediate feel when you see the
Yes.
sunflower, and what does the sunflower, what messages does the sunflower give you? Like the at least 3 advices?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Sure. I want to thank the previous speaker. I feel that this sunflower is very related to me,
Wow.
about my appearance today. Yes. Because when I see a sunflower, it's because I'm also known as a Miss Positive
Wow, that's
in
good.
MindChamps.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you see a sunflower, the first thing that comes to my mind is actually about positivity.
Yes.
Every morning when we wake up from the bed, it's always good to declare that, something good is going to happen to us.
Hmm.
So a sunflower come in just right, which is a
Yes.
very powerful metaphor, yes, to
Hmm.
start the day.
So
Yes. So
another
you need
2?
three.
Yes.
Okay, another two, of course, will be joy,
Hmm.
joyful.
Yes.
I think being a happy and joyful person is very important
Yes.
to start the day.
Yes.
First thing in the day again. Yes. And the next advice will be actually, I would say, favor. When you see a sunflower,
Hmm.
glory and favor
Favor.
upon us.
Can you explain
Favor,
more on it?
as we have like blessings, because we always start our thought with positivity, right? So
Yes.
when your thought is positive,
Yes.
then you will attract positivity, so favor upon us.
Wow, wow.
Something, I mean, that's one thing that come to me.
So number one is positivity.
Positivity.
Number two is joy.
Okay, I would say joy, and then blessings.
Okay. Wow, wow. That's a really, really awesome answer. And I think for this time round, because normally I will let the guests share the answer for the question of the day. But today, because this question just struck me so hard, like what are the 3 advices from Sunflower? And basically you are the right person for this. Because for me, I feel that the first time when I saw you, you basically like a sunflower. You are full of smile, laughter, really joy, and you bring happiness to people. Especially when in your business, you work with a lot of parents. You work with children. So basically, you have to be that sunflower. For the parents especially, yeah. And for me, the 3 advices is you have to keep your smile. That means that you keep on smiling, because when you smile, you are like a sunflower, giving out light, giving out warmth to a lot of people out there, especially parents, children, a lot of people who are struggling. So that's one advice I got from Sunflower. The second
that's good.
Second advice I got from Sunflower is basically vibrant, bright. That means we have to live our life like a sunflower, always looking forward for the everyday, rising up, looking at the sun, having all the blessing from the sun, all the nutrients, all the energy from the sun. So being bright, it means sunflower is bright. It's bright, yellow, orange, really bright with the leaves and all that. So the second advice is being bright. It means have a bright and nourishing life. And the last advice I would say will be, like, the sunflower is always so strong. When it is like they really, really stand out from all the other flowers. So it also tells us that all of us are unique. All of us are the sunflower. We always stand out from the rest. So yeah, really, you are the one and only unique one. So that is my 3 advice. Yeah, so something special for all of the show. Yeah, because this question really struck me, and I really want to bring it out to the audience. Yep. So now we can kickstart the show. Yes. So Gena,
thank you for sharing.
No problem.
Yes.
Okay, I see some people coming in. I see Diane coming. Hi, Diane.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay. So maybe before we start, maybe you can do a short introduction about yourself, because a lot of our audience out there may not know about you, and also for them to know more about you prior to you being with MindChamps.
Yeah. Okay, sure. For me, I'm actually a mother of 3 boys.
Wow.
My 3 lovely boys. They are actually aged 20, and a pair of twin boys at 19. Yes. Of course, previously coming back to MindChamps, okay, I'm actually hotel trained. I'm trained from the hotels and service industry, which I'm so thankful for, because when I was young, I remembered I'm a very impatient person. But throughout this training, hotel training, right, it really nurtured me as a human being. Yes. And then I feel all this while, okay, all this, then from hotel, I actually goes into service industry and in also F&B business. So I felt that throughout my life, my journey, I think I'm here to serve. SERVE, to serve. So I just have this inborn thing that I just love to serve people. So hotel, F&B, and now being a chief education coach with MindChamps.
Wow.
Yes, so that is my journey. Yes.
Wow. So basically you sum up your whole career, and why
career.
Are you how did you come to MindChamps? Basically it's through serving, because from the beginning to now you love serving people, you love helping people, and that's why I when I met you like 3-4 years ago, when I through my cousin, she referred me to
Irene,
the program.
right?
Irene. and it was really awesome, because back then we was seeking for a way that, because my daughter is having difficulties reading with English and stuff like that. So then Irene referred, then we give it a shot. And what I like about you is you are like a friend. You always care for us, not just for the parents. You care for the kids and child, and that is so warm. And that's where we had this relationship for the past 3 to 4 years. That is amazing. And other than that, and when I have the thought of writing the book, Mother Industrialist book, and I talked to you, I share with you, and you got interested. Then we talk more about it. Then that's where where you share about you doing your yogurt franchise, and that struck me so hard. I was like, oh, okay, you were doing that. Okay, so can I invite you? Can I interview you and share your story? That after hearing more about your story, I feel that I want to bring your story out to the audience, to the readers. And now you are coming onto my show to share it via social media, through the internet, and and that is something that I feel that you are so passionate about your work, about serving people, regardless whether you are with MindChamps, with any company. I believe that this is the rapport, that this is the relationship, that this is a service that you are providing for anybody that come in contact with you, because I feel that you are more than just an educational coach. You're more of a friend.
Thank you.
More of the big sister that's taking care of us. Yeah, really. And your smile every time talking to you is so positive. Like that's why you brand yourself as Miss Positive. So which is
someone
good.
give me that word, you know.
Yeah. Every time I see you, it's like, wow, it's like you're even more hyper than the child. So yeah. And having 3 boys is really drain a parent out already. So I cannot imagine why you are so energetic every time. Then your laughter.
Oh, probably my boys are the one who give me the energy as well. Because 3 boys, I think everybody is like cannot imagine how do you handle 3 boys, isn't it? But but when you're there, you just know what is it about. And through the journey that I've gone, I think I'm very thankful for who am I today. A better daughter, a better friend, a better human being. So that I can keep going to add value to people.
Yes. So just now you were saying that you were doing yogurt franchise business, and why do you what makes you move into that? Move into that business and really do it franchise.
Oh, okay. What happened was the very first franchise yogurt was in Suntec City. Okay, at that moment, I was actually also in the service industry, in a service office. So every day I patronized the shop.
Wow.
Without fail. Eating yogurt, because yogurt is one of my favorite. I just love the taste. Definitely, it's the goodness of the yogurt. So every day I patronize, and one day suddenly when I speak to the franchise owner, she was actually an ex flight stewardess. So she was saying, so I said, okay. So she was sharing with me that I think I'm going to not going to renew the license. So I said, oh, really? So I think she's getting married or something. So she just want to give up the business. So I said, okay. So something came to my mind, because since young, I always have this dream that I want to do a business on my own, like either maybe a florist shop or open a cafe. So when she talked to me about it, then my mind started to think, okay, shall I go for it? So that's where I actually get to get the contact for the master franchisor. I went to meet up the owner, and guess what? I'm being offered. I'm being, I got the franchise,
Wow.
So that was how I started with the yogurt business.
Wow.
It's really just very sudden,
Is it like a dream come true? It's like you like yogurt, and then you have a business. You always thought of one thing to start a business, and bing, just
yes.
Of you, I guess it's quite unique that you start talking to the franchise owner, then just connected, and just at the same time, she's also wanted to give up the franchisee role, and you just came into the picture, and you just happened to do it.
That's right. And actually, at the moment, I didn't even think, how am I going to do the yogurt? How all the monkey mind start coming. But surprisingly, I don't have. I just tell myself, okay, just go for it, and then I'll just work it out.
Wow. Is it because of your passion for it? Is it because of your passion for yogurt?
Yeah, my passion for yogurt, and I think because having a yogurt business is also about serving. So I think the serving part, I enjoy serving people. I like to talk to people. I like to build relationship with people. So that's why probably that is nothing. All these are already the higher purpose of my life. So I didn't see the operational part being an issue because I know that it can be learned.
Wow.
Yes. So
you, because I see that you have you were doing 2 yogurt business, and in fact if one that you already stopped doing it, and why do you move back into yogurt business again?
Okay, what happened was, okay, I actually did, I would say, very well in the Yami Yogurt chain, right? After I took over, okay, I actually break through triple sales. Wow. You know, the business. And actually, if I reflect back, I didn't really go into the numbers of to bringing in the sales. I actually just focus on serving the customer by providing them very unique, very, maybe from what you see is a very simple thing, but I provided what I've learned from the hotel service industry, just focusing on customer service. And there goes the business bloom, you know, it just, the sale just went up because I actually think out of the box. Because with the kiosk, I'm not sure whether how many of you all seen that outlet before. It's a very small outlet. So actually by the space of the outlet, you can't really generate double or triple sales. So I think out of the box, by making friends with nearby F&B to store more yogurt stuff. And then, so after, yeah, that's what I did, you know. So store, and then by providing, you know, Suntec City at the moment, car park is very tough. So I provide value add service by bringing up the yogurt out to the taxi stand, so that they can just grab and go. So these are the very little thing, but you know, tremendously the sales just went up.
Yeah, because you just go for the extra mile. Extra mile.
Yeah, I really go for the extra mile, and sometimes think of it, I reflected back, I'm really, really proud. And after 3 years, actually no only 3 years, after the first year, the sales actually double, triple. So the master franchisor was they were a bit like, how do you do it? And guess what? Finally, when my lease is up, right? It was up, they decided not to renew my lease. They wanted to take over.
Why is that so? Because they feel
because franchise is yes, because they didn't know that, wow, how come the sales can go up so much? And you know, out of the, you know, they was be thinking, okay, they just want to take back the outlet and run themselves. So I actually implemented many SOP. You know, when it started, there's no uniform, there's nothing. So I actually implemented uniforms, the SOP. So the thing started running.
They just took your SOP and duplicate. Okay, I understand. Because it works. Yeah.
Yeah, they just wear. I mean, yeah, it works.
Okay.
Yes. So of course, I was pretty upset. You know, all my work done for the 3 years, but it's okay. So I moved on. Of course, immediately I did not go back into yogurt business immediately. That time also, my kids were still very young. I still remember they were like 2-3 years old. So my late husband told me, it's okay. You know, you just go back to corporate world, go and get a normal office hour job, look after the boys, you know. So that's where I took a break. I took a break, yes.
So I guess the break doesn't last very long, because in fact after that you went back.
Yes.
Went back to getting another
it doesn't last. Yes, another franchise. That's right.
Wow. So you really love yogurt, and do you implement the same thing in the new yogurt business, like the SOP, or they already have
the new yogurt business? They do have their SOP, okay, because also I don't mind to share with you. I think I did share with you why I go back to the second yogurt is because adversity came suddenly. I really okay, that is the past, but also because of the past, I learned a lot. What happened was, why I say I'm not a single mom. So my husband actually met an accident overseas in 2008. So that was where, you know, when this thing happened, you are really so, wow, how am I going to handle this, especially when you're 3 boys and I'm left alone. So that's where I start to challenge myself again. Now what? What am I going to do to bring up these 3 boys? So that's where my mind started again. Okay, I must get the business back so that I can support my 3 boys. Because, working as that time I was working as a PA to an investment company. So draw limited salary.
Yes,
so that's where I branch out again. There's a cap. So that's where I branch out again to have another yogurt business. So that's where I chose Berry Light, because I did some research. Eating yogurt is also a craft. We need to know what is the right brand. What is the right brand?
Now I learned something.
The ingredient, the ingredient behind. So it can be slightly costly, but the ingredient is very 100% yogurt, because some yogurt are powder mix. So that's why I choose Berry Light.
Wow.
That's right.
And Gena, really, I'm really thankful for you to share your story. Sorry to hear that, but I guess it's you have overcome it, and because the courage, what do you call that, the desire to really bring your 3 kids up, although despite of whatever happened, and you know that you you have the power, you have the ability to bring everything back, and even in the best of it. So I'm really thankful for you to share this thing, and you being a single mom, I really respect you. You're really a very good motivator, I should say, for a lot of mothers who are struggling, although they have their husband. And you being a single mom with 3 boys, which a lot of people say, crazy, it's like 3 boys, all the naughties and all the stuff. So I really want to salute and really thank you for coming in and share such an emotional part and something that of the past that really hurts. But I believe that all our past really make up for what we are today, and that's why you are now impacting even more parents. I believe like for your story, you can impact a lot of mothers out there. They feel that, I'm really struggling, but what is my struggle compared to Gena's struggle, or any mothers that's out there sharing, being brave, and also to share whatever that their downs, and now they are up because if not for the downs, the only way is going up. And that's where now really proud of you being the chief education advisor of MindChamps, and you have been with MindChamps for 11 years. Wow. And something that I'm curious, and also I want you to maybe to share with the audience out there, that why do you choose being with MindChamps, because you were doing really good in the yogurt business, and why do you choose MindChamps, and how do you come across MindChamps? Maybe you can share with the audience.
Okay, sure. How I come about MindChamps is actually during my Yami Yogurt business. Okay, one of my colleagues, we used to work together. Her name is Yuli. She resigned. She went into early childhood, and then I resigned. I went into the F&B business. So when she started early childhood, she went into MindChamps first as an education advisor. So I'm actually her first parent to be invited to go to MindChamps.
Wow.
Yes. So after attending a workshop, then I was thinking, this program very interesting. It's not very, it's not like the normal tuition center out there. Although I don't believe in tuition. So after the workshop, I feel that the structure, that the curriculum that MindChamps give to the students is about the mind, about the 3 minds. So I find it very unique, and it's a life skill to our children. So after the workshop, I immediately enrolled my eldest boy. He was P3, so enroll into the program. And guess what? MindChamps not only nurture the children, but also the parent. Do you agree that parenting is very tough?
Yes, it's very tough. It's very tough. It's never easy. And
it's very tough.
Even with me, with one daughter, I really I cannot imagine with 3 kids. And I really and that's where today our topic for the show is how to nurture a champion mindset in you. It's not about in the children. Although MindChamps is really into the children and enrichment, but in fact it's about enriching the parent themselves in every individual. And I see that in you, because from from your experience, from your background, you starting franchise business, being entrepreneur, you already have the champion mindset. Just that you may not be aware until when you chance upon MindChamps. Because in MindChamps, like for me, I'm a customer for the past 3 to 4 years, and you have always invited us parents to go for the workshop and stuff like that. I was thinking, I never attended any parenting workshop before. There are some, but it's not into that area. A lot of them is like how to take care of baby, breastfeeding, whatever stuff. But it's not into really the champion mindset and how does MindChamps really teach a student. So that's why when you invited me, I went there. I was like, it's so enriching. We learn a lot of things. We learn how we can interact, or even how to memorize things in really in minutes and stuff like that in a short period of time. And that's where we understand why my daughter can enjoy reading so much, because of the structure, the way that the class is being conducted. Because my daughter enrolled for the reading class, right?
Denise. The reading and writing class.
Correct. So in the reading, because for us in the past, it's so hard for us to get her to read, because it's normal that you go and read, you need to read more books. But the problem is they do not know where to start, and they don't feel interested. And if we use the mundane way of I read and they listen, most of the time they will just sway off or distracted and start playing their toys. So in fact, after attending that, right, she said, "Hey, Papa, can you listen to me? I will read the book for you." I'm like so shocked. So in fact, after the workshop, because she cannot explain to us what did she learn, she just basically demonstrated the result. So when you invited us for the parenting workshop, we understand why they are so
they get to understand.
So why they are so passionate about going and reading and enjoying reading, and they basically have that interest. They do not have that, I don't want to read because it's so boring and stuff like that. They enjoy, and they're always looking forward for the next class. And that's what keep me as a parent, wow, at least something settled already. That means I don't have to force her to read where I know that reading is good for her. Because I had that experience when I was young. So when I see that being solved, I got curious, and we went for the workshop and we got all the answers. And that's where I also referred some friends to you, and because it really benefited. They see that change in my daughter, and it's the result that shows. And that's why today I want to bring it out, and because of the curriculum, and maybe you can share with us what has it take to nurture a champion mindset. I guess that's an important thing, especially as a parent. Yeah, how do you nurture that mindset?
Okay, I would say, champion mindset, maybe in the first, for a start, maybe we need to clarify, because some parent, right, or even some individual, when they say champion mindset, what do you mean by champion mindset? Because sometimes when we do coaching session, when we ask student or ask parent, so what do you think is a champion mindset to you? So we receive many different response. Like some, I must win, champion mindset, I must win. So in MindChamps, champion mindset, mindset number one is about the thinking. Okay, we want to have a positive thinking. And champion, doesn't mean that a champion only to be win. A champion can also be when we are failing. How do we, bring ourselves up, never give up attitude, that is also a champion. So if let's say you'd ask me, right, if I can turn back my clock, how to nurture is actually very importantly, is start from very preschool years and also start from the parent. Parent ourselves. It's about the believing. If you ask me one keyword to bring up, I always very fond about this word about belief. And because believing right is living right.
Wow.
I don't know whether you get the, believing right. If we believe, then we will live right. For example, our kids, because when I come for the parenting workshop, right, I learn so much, it's actually the turning point of my parenting. I cry actually in the workshop because the trainers give some live examples of how we speak, how we talk, how we think, to our kids. And I'm like, oh my gosh, all my languaging are not correct. So from there, I start to learn. I start to improve myself as a parent. So learning and growing never stop for a parent. And the way we speak, that's why I did a reflection, right? Nowadays, I can hardly find a negative words in the way I speak. Like for example, if I said, usually parents tend to say lazy, but how can you transfer that lazy to a positive words?
How to?
Can you please be more working? Yeah, how to? So I really train myself because the languaging is programmed into your mind and go into the subconscious. So if every day we say positive words to our kids, right? Can you imagine the positive word sits into their subconscious mind? So then they will act right. So not only to kids, like even we go to work last time, employees, bosses. Can you imagine if our bosses or our friends speak to us every time negative, then we become a negative person as well. So the belief and the way we speak, the languaging is very, very critical to nurture that, the champion mindset in our children. Let's say we're talking about children today. Yes. So encourage them to break their fear. To have their idea, the languaging. For example, in the school, I remember when I was a student, sometimes we tend to give idea, but when we give idea, the teacher will say, no, this is not correct. So subconsciously, we have that fear. So actually, all of us have that creativity, have that champion mindset, but the fear sets in and we dare not speak already next time. So that's why we can also see our MOE, they're also making changes so that, to train the teachers to be more engaging, more positive, so that, we can nurture the champion mindset in our children.
That's very good. And maybe because it's very vague, very general, maybe Gena, can you share some example, like how do you convert some negative words into positive words, and what is the thing that because like for me, some example is most people will be example for work. I say so tiring. Don't want to go to work. Jam here, jam there. So it's always that kind of mindset. It's like they are always pulling, like dragging themselves to work, and that is consistently for 5 days a week. Some of them even 6 days a week, or some of them even 24/7 if they are doing their own business. So they are dragging themselves to that, and it happens because, like you said, the mindset and most important thing is conditioning. How do you convert all these negative? Because you were also sharing that because you were in corporate, and you were saying that your colleagues will be coming to you and say this, the person so bad, spread you a lot of negativity, or maybe they come to you, hey, you see what in which world, which country, they kill people, all that. So it's all a lot of negativity. How do you overcome it, or what are the ways can you do it? Or maybe you were saying that changing some negative words to positive words every morning, every day. So maybe you can share some example that would benefit.
Okay, so the benefit one is to judo. Okay, because you see, it's very natural for a person. Judo. I don't know whether you understand the word, the judo, Judo. Yeah, we counter. Yeah, like martial, we counter react. That means we have to judo our own mind. Okay, because to be honest, in this world, actually when we look at a newspaper or you on the news, it's always negative news. You don't have a channel that tells you positive news. So naturally, right, as a human, 90% actually that comes into our minds are negativity. So, and I think I'm very thankful to be in the right environment. Number one, of course, start from my family. That's why I say parents, okay, very important. I want to thank my parents. Actually, if I reflect back, I really salute my parents. They always believe in me. They always tell good things about me. They're always proud about me to their friends, okay? And throughout my my journey, like as you said, I'm quite a positive person. I think it's a blessing for me throughout the years. I meet positive people, even in my hotel days. And then when it comes to MindChamps, even more positive champion mindset. And also, of course, I also go to church, attend church, right? So everything we listen is about positivity, is about right believing. So to me, somehow I stand out because what I learned is that we need to judo. And I always believe, even though something bad happened to us, like for myself, my late husband passed on, okay? I can dwell into the negativity. Yeah, why this thing happened to me, So that was maybe the first 1 month. But after I tell myself, it's okay. Something good is happened to me. And all things that happen, even though can be negative, but all it will be for good. Yes. So I am very blessed to know this value, the concept. So every day I've been telling myself, okay, it's okay. Even though, like you say, stuck in a traffic jam.
Yes.
It's okay. Sometimes you may start in a traffic jam, but you may not know that you are being protected from something worse is going to happen.
Yes.
So always stay in the thankful mode. Everything that happened, right? Just tell yourself, it's okay. Something good is going to happen. And I've been living this value through the years, and I could really see the fruits. So sometimes like you have appointment with families, they don't turn up. So usually it's like, hi Lama, why parents not here? But I tell myself, it's okay, something good is going to happen. And my 3 boys, they always say, wow, mommy, you're always so positive, I say, yeah, it's so positive. So when you become positive, you attract positive. Yes. So if you want to give me an example, there's really many examples, like very simple life. So what I can give the advice to the audience is always believe that if anything bad happens, it's actually good for us.
So just have the mindset.
Yeah, so
the thought.
Have the mindset that the thought, because something may not be good, but at the end of it, just trust and believe that something good is happened for good.
Yes.
And just like me, you see.
Yes. and that's why you are impacting a lot of people. And there's a saying which is this saying comes about is blessing in disguise. Why is this word created? It's because like what you say, everything happened for a reason. It could be a good thing. And like for my case, a lot of things happen, but when I look at it, it's not going to kill me. I'm still going to live. And in fact, if I can turn if I can turn over it, why not? And in fact, if you look around the world, there are people who are in worse condition than us. They are struggling for food. They're struggling for diseases.
Agree.
You don't talk about third world country. You talk about any country. Like recently, there's a lot of natural disaster that's happening all around the world. Typhoon and a lot of stuff. So when we are in Singapore, we are so blessed that we have our surrounding countries, neighboring countries to protect us. We are safe from all the natural disaster. So we should consider us as it's a blessing in disguise. Although we are in this small island, but we are also good in certain ways. Whereas the rest, even how tough the natural disaster is, but they are still optimistic. They rebuild their houses and there are helps going around. There are still people caring for them, assist them, and we don't really get to feel that, which is also a blessing in disguise. If you look at it, do you want to be in that situation? They do not want that also. But do we want that? If that happened, do we want that? So when we look at that, we should be so blessed that we are not away from that. And whatever we can grateful, and whatever we can give, we give. Whatever we can help, we help. If we can spread the word, we spread the word. That's the minimum that we could do. So every day, like how to start your positive day, right? Like a lot of friends ask me, Kenneth, how can you start a positive, right? You always look so happy and stuff like that. It's because you make yourself happy. You think that you want to be happy. And as parents, like you mentioned, your boys ask you, Mommy, why you are so positive? And 3 boys asking you. You say, you have to be positive, what? So if you give them that vibe, that positive, they also have that. They will inherit that. Because our children are basically, it's like copier machine. They copy every single thing that we do. We are the role model. We are the original copy. They are the printed copy. So this is how I look at it.
You're absolutely right, Kenneth.
Yes, it's like if you know my wife and my daughter, basically they are copy. They are like photocopied out. So my daughter Denise basically behave like my wife, talk like my wife, the hand gesture like my wife, only the outlook also like my wife. So basically it's a duplication. So whatever like cartoonish or dramatic my wife does, my daughter also does. Yeah, so that our parents, if you look at a child, normally you look at a parent, you know that who are they copying in, and the character and stuff like that. So for us as parents, like you mentioned, and that's where today's show, when we talk about how to nurture the champion mindset, is starting from yourself, starting from one thought. That you condition yourself. Like in the beginning of the day, although the condition may be tough,
Mm.
traffic may be tough, but if you look on the other side, if you are stuck in the jam, you could do something. Maybe you listen to a very nice song, smoothing song to bring you through that, or maybe you can write down something, some positive stuff that's going to happen, or maybe you can write down a to-do list, and you can continue from there. There's a lot of ways that you could do, despite you being jammed, maybe MRT breakdown, whatever stuff. Nothing is going to stop you. The only thing that stop you is yourself. You being the one that stop yourself from thinking that there are more positive things coming on. I don't know. This is what I thought. And
actually, yes. The first thing for me, when the first thing that I open my eyes in the morning is I will say this sentence. Do you want to know?
I want, definitely. I want you to share with all the audience out there.
Yes. Yeah, every day I wake up, I will say, today is the best day of my life.
Wow. Awesome.
Yes, because I come to realize that, every day we are living in someone's dream. And when we can open our eyes every morning, it's actually already a blessing.
Yes.
So when we tell ourselves, live every day like a last day. At the beginning, I can't really, when many years back, I cannot figure out, wow, what is it like? But now I really sink into me that really live every day like the last day.
Yes.
So enjoy the now, the word now, not about yesterday, not about tomorrow, but it's about now.
Yes, living in the moment at the current time.
In the moment.
Yes. Even for parents, because a lot of parents that I see out there, they always live in the future. That means always think about the future, what's going to happen next and whatever. They've forgotten that they are now living in the current moment. Like when they are spending time with their kids, they are thinking about work. When they are at work, they're thinking about their kids. So they are not living in the moment. And kids are very direct. They will feel whatever emotion, whether your soul is here or your soul is not here, whether you are paying attention to them or not. It's being 100% focused with them at that moment, spending time with them. And that's where the quality comes. Because a lot of parents will say, I spend a lot of time with my children, but is it quality? Because you may be there physically, but your mind is not there. Because all of us, we are
not
so
there.
distracted. We are so distracted because of a lot of negativity around us. Like, my boss is in office today. Oh, it's going to be a tough day. When you think of that, you already spoil your day already. You start your day bad already.
Yes,
so
already
you still, if you're beginning with your day with something bad, it's going to be worse, right? Like the English, like bad to worse or to worse.
Yes, usually if you start the day bad, right, it will follow bad. But if you start your day positive, the whole day will be very joyful.
Correct. Because
I truly believe in that. Yes,
our brain is a very, very strong tool, very, very strong. What do you call that? Like computer. Whatever you put in here, it will come out and magnify. So if you put in negative, it will magnify you because it will listen to you. Say, okay, Kenneth want to be bad. Okay, I'll make it worse. I want to amplify it. So if want it to be good, I'll amplify it to be best. Yeah, so it's always start with the mindset from the number one. So I'm so thankful for you to share on this champion mindset. I believe that you have a lot of value that you can share with us even more. So another question that I I'm curious, like what is the thing that keep you going in the business for so long? Like that means in MindChamps for 11 years. It's not easy because some people can't even stay in a job for 3 years, 4 years nowadays. So what makes you continue? Because you were starting from part-time and you moved to full-time, and now you are impacting more people. You're having a team of people, and what makes you continue every day? Yeah, something I'm really curious about.
Okay. Thank you for asking that question. Okay, for me, right, I feel I found my purpose in life. I come to a point that, running a business is not about money. When we run after money, I don't think the money will come. But the most important thing is that we need to love what we are doing. So just now for the example that you gave, every morning wake up, don't feel like going to work, then I think that person is not doing what he loves.
Yes.
I feel.
Yes.
So if let's say it's, doing something what we love is, without money, we will even go for it and do it.
Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes parent ask, because sometimes we do coaching. Right? I remember there's a night I was in MindChamps until 12 midnight.
Wow.
And I was doing a coaching with a single mom as well. Somehow I attract single mom. So I think my purpose of my calling is also to serve single mom, you know.
Yes.
So what made me be in MindChamp, you know, the switch between the yogurt business and the MindChamp business, I think the difference is actually I found my purpose in life spiritually, you know, is to help people. Yogurt is also serving people, but I don't go deep. But in MindChamps, wow, I tell you, you can speak to people, you can coach them, and you can add value to them. So I feel I can be here is because it's no longer like a work for me. It's actually I'm doing what I love, serving the higher purpose, like you know your 3 Ps you're trying to say. And as long we know our purpose in life, without money, okay, we will still go for it. So that's what keep me staying, because I sometimes you see the child being transformed or the parents being transformed. Is really money cannot buy.
Yes.
So some parents like
I'm a great testimonial. Because my
Thank
daughter
you so much.
because maybe something to share with the audience, because back then my daughter was about 2 years plus. She was suspected by our pediatric clinic, our PD doctor, that she suspect there's slight autism. So we were worried, but because of me, back then I was with Motherhood magazine. I was in a parenting magazine doing advertising sales. And because for me as a salesperson, I need to understand the content of the magazine. It's a parenting magazine. So with that knowledge and also with access to the editor, my parenting editor, I get to know how to address that issue. And that's where we brought our daughter for this early childhood intervention, which really helps a lot that address that it was not that means her condition got better, because if you address the issue earlier, there's still some hope to turn it over, and she may not she will be able to go into mainstream school successfully. But because of that, it's helped a lot, address a lot. But because of having I think very blessed to be referred, and also to know Gena and to know about MindChamps program, that we sent our daughter for that. Because if I don't know whether Gena remember, when Denise went for the assessment, she was really quiet. She really don't talk much. But after that, now you know, look at her, she's like so chatty, she can read. So it's like that transformation that we see in her. She's so different, and a lot of our friends be asking, what makes your daughter so chatty, and she can really chat, and she really like to, like she's so sociable. She loves to read. She's so nice.
Love
and all
to
that.
learn.
Love to learn. She's always learning and stuff like that. She's always happy. So for us parents, we can see the transformation, and people all around can see the transformation. And you were saying that even for parents, you can see the transformation. And like today, although today is my big day, I'm still doing this show because I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy talking to mothers. I enjoy bringing the value out from mothers. Enjoy putting out the message to a lot of mothers that you can do that. You can be what you want. Like you mentioned that in my book, talk about these 3 Ps, which is the 3 pillars, which is passion, purpose, and profit. So with passion, which you have because you're so passionate in helping people, and for you found a greater purpose, and that's why I in my book, the chapter I put for a greatest purpose, and I share your story in that chapter, because for you,
thank you.
from being a franchisee of a yogurt business, you have that serving purpose, that serving calling. But in MindChamps, you have a deeper calling, because you really go deep into the life of each and individual, and into the young ones who are potentially going to be our future leaders. And that is why I'm so passionate, and that's why I really want to bring you on my show. I know that your schedule are really packed. You have road shows. You're really tired. And thanks for making time, because it's really, there's a lot of value that you can bring on the board, and I really want to invite you again onto my show. And now we are coming to the end of the show. I'm really thankful. And maybe you can share how do the audience get connected with you? how do they reach out to you, or they can ask any question about how to nurture a champion mindset or anything about MindChamps?
Yeah, sure. Okay, they can actually email me, and my email address is Gena, GENAN @mindchamps.org. So they can email me, because I do give complimentary coaching sessions for kids. Yes, either they're primary school or preschoolers. If they want to find out more about because MindChamps, we have preschool, we have enrichment, so I can help them in any way. Not even it is nothing related, even like coaching parents. You are having some thoughts. You can always email me. Yes, I'll be pleased to serve. Yes.
Thanks a lot,
Pleased
Gena.
To add value.
And for the audience out there, I will be posting Gena's email in the post also for you guys, for easy access for you to contact her. And last but not least, before we end off, as I mentioned in the beginning of the show, there's a tradition, which is every guest gets to post the question of the day to the audience and also to the next guest. So Gena, are you ready with your question of the day?
Okay, yes, I would think, yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So you would like to let me to ask the question now for the next show?
Yes.
Okay, my question will be, you see, because in MindChamps, right, we are really creating, we want to create a legacy in education. So the question for the parent, as you mentioned, our kids are all our next generation.
Yes.
So my question will be, what do you think is required for our children in 20 years' time?
Wow.
Something to think about.
So what do you think? What's the question again?
What do you think our kids required? Or maybe I was rephrase. What are the minds, MINDS,
hold on, what
required? Are the minds required for our children?
For our children
in 2036.
Oh, in 2036.
Like in about 20 years' time. Yes.
Yeah. Why is that special date 2036?
Oh, because we are in MindChamps itself, we are actually asking parents, in 20, because we started this last year, so in 20 years' time, because right now the preschooler, they are like 5 years old.
Yes.
So these preschooler, they're going to turn into adult in 20 years.
Correct.
So
working adults.
Really go and think, working adults. So the world, I believe you agree with me, is changing so fast, fast.
Yes.
So really have to put in a thinking cap. What is it like in 20 years' time? So we, in MindChamps, we are preparing kids to face the world in 20 years for the future. Yes.
Okay, so right. I will repeat the question of the day that you posted is, what are the MINDS, MINDS, required for our children in 2036?
Yes.
Correct. Okay. So for the audience out there, I'll be posting this question of the day that Gena posted in the post, in the comment section. So do post your answer to that. What is your thought on what are the minds required for our children in 2036? In fact, this part right in my book Mother Industrialist, I did cover, because I have one chapter about the future. And it will be interesting because now my daughter, she's 8 years old. Another 20 years, she's 28, she's in the workforce.
28.
And this is something that I've been always asking ever since I started promoting my book is, are the parents prepared for your children's future or your children's future? Yeah, are you prepared?
Yes.
Because currently now, like you were saying, that things are changing, technology are changing, automation coming in, a lot of things are disrupting. Even in our current days, a lot of parents are losing their job, relocate, or maybe they got retrenched. It's not because of the world changing, because a lot of jobs are redundant now. A lot of things will be changing in the next 3 to 5 years with automation, with AI coming in, artificial intelligence. A lot of jobs will be made redundant. A lot of jobs will be replaced. Imagine currently in our era, what will happen in another 20 years? Don't talk about 20 years, another 10 years, when our children is studying in university, what are they going to study? What is that? Have you ever thought of it? That is something that I put in my book, and that's the purpose of me writing this book. So really thankful for Gena coming on Mother Industry Live Show, really spending your time, especially this special day, big day with me. And
yes, big day for
yes,
you.
yes.
Yes.
So before we end off, any last? Sorry, you're saying?
Oh, I just want to thank you also, Kenneth, for making a difference. I'm really, really proud of you to, organize this, to write this book, because you are out there making an impact, to all the mummies.
Yes,
I truly salute you for your champion mindset as well.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, so that's why I'm very honored.
If not for all the mompreneurs that I know, I knew over the past 8 to 9 years, I will not be able to write this without your effort, without the rest of them, the 15 of them, the 20 of them. And now I even in contact with a lot of new mompreneurs from all around the world facing the same issues.
Wow.
Like no time, working moms, a lot of stuff. So I'm so blessed that I'm because of internet. If not for internet, I will not be able to connect with mothers all around the world or mompreneurs all around the world to share this and invite them onto my show. And because parenting is not just like in Singapore, it's happened all around the world. Every moms face the same issues. All working moms also face the same issue. And how are we going to tackle that? And that's where without each of you coming in with your stories, with your effort, with your sharing, like today you come in and share, not just in my book, also come onto my show to share, which is already a blessing. And I hope that with all this information that you share, it can impact a lot more. It's not just my one effort, it's by a lot of individual mompreneur or mummies that is coming in to make this mompreneur movement possible. So any last advice before we end off for the mothers who are sitting on the fences thinking that whether should I pursue my passion or should I step into entrepreneurship or should I do something that I'm passionate and I love? What is your last advice for them?
Okay, I would say still the first word is believe in yourself, number one. Number two will be really choose something that you love to do. Think that even if it's not profit making, you will still love to do it. Yes, I think these are the two important things so that, to start off.
Wow.
Sounds easy, but may not be easy. Yes, believe, and love. These two words.
And that's really really very good advice, because that is also very in sync with what I believe in also. Like now I'm doing something that I love, I believe in, passionate about. Whether I get paid, I don't get paid, I will still do it. So do something that you love, because the success will chase after you if you do something that you believe and impacting people and making a little bit change in everybody's life. And I'm so thankful for Gena coming into my today for my live show, and really thankful for making time and sharing of all the story. And also thanks for accepting my interview for my book. And I'm really looking forward for it to publish and also to share the joy with you. And thanks for being a partner and also coming in together to push this book, this belief, this mompreneur movement. And really thankful for today.
Yes, it's my honor.
Yeah. So would really like to say really God bless that I met you. And thank you for today. And thanks for those who are watching, those who are coming on live. I see a lot of you coming in. And if you have any questions for me or for Gena, just post in the comments below. We will be more than glad to answer them. So thank you for watching once again, and I see you guys in the next episode next week. Thanks, Gena. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Kenneth. Bye bye.
No problem. Bye bye.
Yes.